Alex Eala faces world number 14 Karolina Muchova in the round of 16 at the Miami Open on Monday, March 23, 2026. The stakes are historic. Eala is 0-11 against Czech opponents on the WTA Tour. Mukova, the 13th seed, has a 2026 record of 16-3 and captured her first WTA 1000 crown at the Qatar Open 5 weeks ago. This is not just a round of 16 match. This is the nightmare bracket draw Eala has been running from her entire professional career. I'm Aria Reyes. Welcome back to the channel. If you want coverage of every Eala match, every story, every turning point, this is where you get it. No hype, just clarity. Hit subscribe. Turn on notifications. Let's see how Monday plays out. 3 things you need to understand before Monday night. 1. Eala defeated Magda Linette 6-3, 7-6-2 in the round of 32 on Sunday. The match lasted 1 hour and 48 minutes. That was her second straight sets win over the Polish veteran this season. 2. Mukova, the 14th seed, awaits in the round of 16. This will be the first meeting between the two players on the tour. 3. Unlike Linette's rhythm-based baseline game, Mukova thrives on disruption. She mixes spins, slices, drop shots, and net approaches. Eala just survived one of the grittiest baseline wars of her Miami run. Now she walks into a completely different laboratory, the Czech Technical Academy, the exact style that has neutralized her 11 times in a row. Let's address the number that refuses to go away. At Indian Wells 2 weeks ago, Eala fell to Linda Noskova in straight sets, extending her winless streak against Czech players to 0-11. The second set saw Noskova accelerate her dominance, blanking Eala with a 6-0 bagel to end the match in 55 minutes. That was March 12th, 14 days before this match. It's a statistic that reflects the broader challenge of facing one of tennis's most technically sound pipelines. This is not about mental fragility. This is about pattern recognition. Czech tennis has produced a specific kind of all-court problem solver. Players who don't overpower you. They rearrange the geometry of the court until your strengths become irrelevant. Eala's last tussle with a Czech player ended in a blowout loss at the hands of Linda Noskova, 2-6, 0-6 in the 4th round of the 2026 Indian Wells Open. Mukova is not Noskova. Mukova is a better player than Noskova at this stage of their careers. That detail changes the read of this match. If Eala couldn't solve Noskova's power, how does she solve Mukova's chess game? Hold that thought. Karolina Muchova is 29 years old. She has won 2 WTA Tour singles titles, including a WTA 1000 event at the 2026 Qatar Open. She contested a major singles final at the 2023 French Open. Mukova captured her first WTA 1000 crown and her first title since 2019 with a 6-4, 7-5 victory over Victoria Mboko in the Qatar Open final. Here's the pressure point. Mukova has won 16 of the 19 matches she has played in 2026. She is 15-0 versus players outside the top 5 in 2026. Alex Eala is ranked 29th in the world. Do the math. Mukova is an aggressive, all-court player, possessing an intelligent game with exceptional variety. Translation? She will slice you off the court, drop-shot you into no man's land, then pass you at the net when you scramble forward. She doesn't give you the same look twice. Mukova's sophisticated variety and all-court intelligence successfully neutralize the efficiency of opponents all season. Eala thrives on rhythm. Mukova destroys rhythm for a living. There's a second layer to this. Eala has shown she is vulnerable when facing opponents with greater power and better court coverage, and Mukova has the better movement of the two and a brilliant return game. The simulation model agrees. PFSN's simulator gives Mukova a 77% win probability. But simulations don't account for belief, and Eala just spent 108 minutes proving she can win ugly. Rewind to Sunday. Eala delivered a composed 6-3, 7-6-2 victory over Magda Linette. It marked her second straight win over the Polish veteran this season. First set, control. Eala landed 60.9% of her first serves and won an impressive 71.8% of those points. The turning point came in the eighth game. She converted one of just two break opportunities she would earn all match, then rode that momentum to close out the set 6-3. Second set, survival mode. Lynette raised her level, winning 73% of her first serve points and applying more pressure on return. Eala found herself trailing 4-5, staring at the possibility of a decider. This is where the growth lives. Instead of overhitting, she leaned into her strengths of depth, patience, and court positioning. Eala won a remarkable 76% of her second serve points. Then the tiebreaker. Eala's clarity stood out. She attacked Lynette's second serve, dictated early in rallies, and surged to a 7-2 finish. Eala finished with a 40% break conversion rate, 2 of 5, while also limiting Lynette to just one break despite facing 5 break points herself. That's championship-level efficiency under pressure. And after the win, Eala was asked about facing Mukova. "I'm really excited. I haven't thought about it much. She's obviously a great player and is doing really well. A couple of years back, I watched one of her finals. I was really impressed. To be put in a position to compete against her is a real privilege and going to be a test," Eala said. Privilege, test, excited. Not one word about fear. Not one mention of the 0-11 record. If Eala wins Monday night, here's how it happens. Eala has dropped only 3 service games in Miami. That discipline has to continue. Mukova feasts on second serves. If Eala gives her mid-court sitting targets, the Czech will rip angles and force errors. Mukova will try to shorten points with slice and drop shots. Eala cannot chase every bait. She has to trust her depth, keep the ball in the middle of the court early in rallies, and force Mukova to generate her own pace. If this match goes to tiebreakers, Eala has the edge in recent form. She just won a second set breaker 7-2. She knows how to execute under scoreboard pressure. Mukova, despite her talent, is 0-2 in fourth-round matches in 2026. That's not a coincidence. That's a pattern. One of the fourth-round matches at the 2026 Miami Open will see crowd favorite and 31st-seeded Alex Eala go up against 13th-seeded Karolina Muchova. Crowd favorite. The Filipino community in Miami will pack the stadium. Eala has sold out arenas all year. That energy is a weapon. Mukova will feel it on every big point. Let's talk about what's actually on the line Monday night. Eala is ranked 29th in the world. A win puts her in the quarterfinals of a WTA 1000 event for the second time this year. That's top 25 territory. That's automatic entry into every major draw for the rest of the season. Eala has a 14-7 win-loss record this season. She had her best outing in Auckland, reaching the semifinals, and reached the quarterfinals in Abu Dhabi and Dubai before losing to Linda Noskova in the 4th round of Indian Wells. Momentum is real. Confidence is currency. A win over Mukova doesn't just end the Czech curse. It redefines Eala's ceiling. And here's the fan validation moment. The believers who saw Eala lift a U.S. Open junior title in 2022 knew something the wider tennis world is only now catching up to. She doesn't just compete with top players. She belongs in their orbit. Eala claimed her first top 10 victim of the year when she stunned number 7 Jasmine Paolini in Dubai, before losing to number 4 Coco Gauff in the quarterfinals. She's already proven she can take down top 10 players. Muchova is number 14. The gap is closable. For Filipino fans watching from Manila to Miami, this match is about more than tennis. It's about seeing one of your own step into the exact fight that has haunted her career and refuse to blink. Here's my read. Muchova wins the first set. She's too experienced, too crafty early. Eala will need time to calibrate. But in the second set, if Eala stays within herself, trusts her legs, and refuses to overhit, she forces a decider. Third set is a toss-up. But I'm leaning Muchova in 3, not because Eala can't win, but because Mukova has been here before. She's a French Open finalist. She just won Qatar. She knows how to close. That said, if Eala serves above 62% and wins 70% of first serve points, she's got a real chance. The number to watch is breakpoint saved. If Eala saves 60% or more, she stays in every set. And whether she wins or loses, the 0-11 record against Czech players will not define her career. Mukova is not a random qualifier. She's a top 15 player in peak form. Eala is walking into a buzzsaw and choosing to compete anyway. That's the mindset of a champion. Monday night is not about erasing history. It's about building new history. Eala looks forward to the challenge Mukova poses. I'm excited to see how I'm able to compete with her. I'm sure I'll be put in a lot of tough positions, but I'm super excited. Excited, not afraid. That's the difference between 2025 Eala and 2026 Eala. She's not running from the fight anymore. She's walking straight into it. Drop your prediction in the comments. Does Eala break the Czech curse, or does Mukova extend it to 0-12? And what's the one adjustment Eala has to make to win this match? If you want coverage of every Eala match, every story, every turning point, this is where you get it. No hype, just clarity. Hit subscribe, turn on notifications. Let's see how Monday plays out. I'm Aria Reyes. Go get it, Alex.